Terrifier. Perhaps one of the biggest success stories in horror history ever. Originally a passion project backed by Indiegogo in November of 2015, Damien Leone's vision for Art the Clown has amazingly succeeded all expectations throughout the years. And it wasn't until Terrifier 2 in 2022 when Art the Clown really took off as a modern day slasher icon. Like, yeah, there's guys like Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Chucky, Ghostface, Jason Voorhees, but those guys were created throughout the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So if you take that into account, there hasn't really been a newer slasher icon in almost 30 fucking years. That's how big of a deal Art the Clown is. So yeah, after the success of Terrifier 2, that's when Art the Clown really began to take off. With merchandise and Spirit Halloween such as mugs, t-shirts, costumes, accessories. And last year, Terrifier 3 came out, which I saw opening night. It was fucking amazing, by the way. Even one of my favorite bands, Ice Nine Kills, made a song called A Work of Art for the movie. And it's fucking amazing. I highly suggest you guys watch it. Well, if you're not squeamish to gore anyways, it's a very gory music video. And now Terrifier 4 is coming out next year. But now on to why we're here. The toys. Which, there really isn't a lot out at the moment. Like, yeah, there's a 1/6 scale figure from Trick or Treat Studios out. And then there's the 4-inch figures from Terrifier 2, also from Trick or Treat Studios out. But besides recently, there really hasn't been a lot of options for 1/12 scale Art the Clown figures. But keywords, ladies and gentlemen, recently. Yes, NECA announced an Art the Clown figure not too long ago, but we're not going to be taking a look at that because that figure's simply not out yet. We are, however, going to take a look at the very first 1/12 scale Art the Clown figure that recently came out, brought to us by the boys at Mezco Toys. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Mezco Toys was the first to beat NECA to the punch and provide us the very first 1/12 scale Art the Clown figure ever. And I finally have it, so let's not stall anymore, guys. Let's take a fucking look at it. So here we have the box, and as we can see, there's just images of the figure and all the accessories on all sides of the box. And honestly, it looks kind of cool. I really like how the Mezco boxes are often laid out when it comes to the images and stuff. But let's be real here. We're not here to talk about the box or how cool it looks, because believe me, it does look cool. We're here to see how the actual figure looks, so let's just get into it.
Nothing here is good for you, so grab yourself a tray, 'cause food's a little funny at the Clown Cafe. Drop on by the Clown Cafe.
And I gotta say, this guy looks fucking badass, dude. Like, wow. For my first Mezco figure, I'm honestly very impressed with how this figure looks so far. I love the blood on the gear. Not to sound like a fucking psychopath, but I really think that the blood on the costume and everywhere on the figure just looks badass. How well can this figure pose, though? Let's take a look and find out.
Hey! Did you hear what I said? Get the hell out of here before I fuck you up.
Alright, let's see how well the Miles County Clown can pose. So first off, he has some double jointed elbows along with a ball joint on the wrist. So you get some really damn good range. This dude can literally touch his shoulders. Holy shit. And although his head and neck are one piece, you can actually get some really good range with it. So he can look up pretty well. And of course, he can look down pretty well as too. God damn. And I gotta say, the crunch on this figure is better than most Spider-Man figures I own. Holy shit. This thing is awesome. And he can also crunch back a lot too. And he's got a damn good split. He can kick forward pretty well. He's got some double jointed knees. And although there's no articulated toes, there is a ball joint at the ankle, so you can get some pretty good range with that. So that's cool. Since this is a Mezco figure we're looking at, we've got a shit ton of accessories to go over. So first off, he has a left hand that's supposed to hold his iconic and famous horn. And then he has a right hand that holds a needle, and another right hand that's supposed to hold a scalpel. He has two open hands, another pair of open hands for some fucking reason, and then he has two pairs of holding hands, one that's slightly more closed and one that's slightly more open. And then when it comes to his weapons, he has a knife. He also comes with another cleaver. He comes with a knife-edged hammer, and he also comes with another hammer, but I unfortunately misplaced it. He comes with some cat nails thing. I forgot the name of it. I should look at the box again. And then he also comes with a table leg covered in nails. He comes with 2 garbage bags, which is pretty fucking cool, a fucking brain, a flamethrower, and of course, his signature saw. And of course, if you've seen the movie, you know that this scene right here is infamous for this woman being cut in half hot dog style. And he comes with some blood splatter accessories, it's pretty cool, and this decapitated head that lights up like a jack-o'-lantern. That's so fucking cool. And now onto the head sculpt. So first we have his signature smiling head sculpt, and then he has an angry head sculpt. I do have to say, I don't like the fact that they're all side eyes. And now finally we have a laughing head.
You son of a bitch!
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What the fuck, Mezco? You charged $150 for this shit, but yet you can't even fucking check your quality control? Oh my god. Ignoring that clusterfuck, I have another complaint. Where the hell is his gun? Art the Clown's also known to use guns, you know. Cause believe me, if need be, he is not afraid to pop someone. And here's the sunglasses, which I guess I'm gonna have to use to cover up the fucked up eye. Fuck off. Alright, let's see how well Art the Clown can play with others. So first off, here we have the Mezco Art the Clown right next to the NECA Chucky from the TV show. And here is Art the Clown next to Candyman, played by the late great Tony Todd. Here is Art the Clown, played by one of his inspirations, the NECA Freddy Krueger. And of course, here he is next to a fellow clown, the NECA Pennywise from It 2017. Here he is next to my New York Comic Con exclusive Ghostface. And finally, here he is next to my boy, the GOAT Michael Myers. And for some comic book comparisons, here he is next to my CT Toys Black Hush Batman. And I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind a crossover between Terrifier and Batman one of these days, because these two just look fucking awesome, man.
Please stop, please!
Buddy.
So when the smoke clears and the dust settles, what do I think of the first ever 1/12 scale Art the Clown figure? For the most part, I can't lie, I really like it. Though that quality control issue on the eye really pissed me off. Like, come on, Mezco, you're charging over $150 for this fucking thing, at least control your quality. But besides that, I really do like this figure. So with that being said, I have to give this figure an 8 out of 10. Okay, finally done with that. Now all I gotta do is just wait for the Mafex TASM 2 figure to get here. Huh? Art, what the hell are you doing here, bro? I already reviewed you. What are you doing with that saw? Hey, what are you doing? Hey!
Nothing here is good for you, so grab yourself a tray, 'cause food's a little funny at the Clown Cafe. Drop on by the Clown Cafe. Drop on by the Clown Cafe. The grub is downright gruesome, but your appetite's obey, 'cause